Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to She Boss Talk. I am Shantae Roddy. I am here with some breaking news. So come on in because this is definitely something that you don't want to miss. This is the update for the EIDL grant. Okay, so this is July 22nd EIDL stimulus update. So if you need to subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit that love button, drop a comment, let me know that you're here. And I just want to give a shout out to all of you all out there, all the advocates that help make this possible. Okay. So let me just give you some facts real quick on the EIDL program. Okay. You know about the $10,000 grant that we were supposed to receive, regardless of the size of our business, regardless of how many employees we had. Well, we have a bipartisan bill that was introduced last night by Senator Rosen, a Democrat out of Nevada, and Senator Coryn, a Republican out of Texas, introduced new legislation that would give us our full $10,000 grants and not the $1,000 per employee that it was never intended to be in the first place. So I'm super excited to announce this. Bipartisan means that it has support from both the House and the Senate, from both Democrats and Republicans, because they have been calling for this. They have been pushing the SBA to explain why they just took it upon themselves to just issue out and parse out monies that they never intended, meaning that we were never fully funded under the EIDL program, which is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. It was always meant that if you had a successful application, you requested the $10,000 max, that you would get the $10,000 in your bank account within 3 days. And we all know that that did not happen. Okay. So this bill is the Ensuring Increased Disaster Loan for Small Business Act. Okay. And so I just want to go over some of the details of this bill, because we know that we're already working on a new stimulus, but this is really critical to us as entrepreneurs. That means those of you that are independent contractors, gig workers, all of you all that apply for the EIDL program, and you only got $1,000 or you got anything less than $10,000, this is for you. This is for us, okay? And so under this new legislation, want to give you some information, some background on it. What it would do is provide $100 billion in appropriation for the EIDL loan portion of the program, right? And then provide an additional $80 billion of appropriations for the EIDL advance. So if you remember back in April when they refunded the program, they only added $10 billion more dollars to the program. And so the SBA continued to, they never, even after meeting with the Senate, okay, on the committee about this program and why they weren't fully funding the program, they still did not extend it, okay, neither the advance nor the loan. So under this, they would be given an additional $100 billion for the loans and an additional $80 billion for the grants. And under this, okay, what it's stating is that this bill would prohibit the SBA administrator from placing any limitations on the economic injury disaster advance. Under the bill, all eligible businesses shall receive the full $10,000 grant provided by the CARES Act, regardless of size. It will require EIDL advance grants to be dispersed to eligible businesses within 3 business days of request, not to be contingent on approval of the economic injury disaster loan. So I know a lot of you all have questions that you send to me all the time. Is that you didn't get the grant? Is that because you were denied the loan? No, the grant was never contingent on whether or not you were approved or denied, because you were supposed to get it before the SBA even made a determination of your loan. And the grant was supposed to be an emergency funding to help us stay in business and not delay the process while they were working on determining if you were going to be approved for the loan. So it was never a requirement. If you checked the box that said that you wanted the grant, you were supposed to get it. And so this is a way to make the SBA do what the CARES Act had already intended for them to do. Now, if you're not already familiar, there are lawsuits that are already out there. There's petitions. I have a petition right here on my channel. Thank you all so much of those that have signed it. But we have been advocating, we have been pushing the SBA to do what's right. If they were low on funding, they were supposed to go back to Congress and request more funding, because these programs, they're based on how much funding they have. Once the funding runs out, that's when the program shut down. So we know that they just ended the grant program July 11th. That's because they ran out of funding. So no more funding is on the way. And this bipartisan bill has been introduced to get us the full $10,000. I'm excited about this because I've been fighting for this. I've called my congressmen and women. And I would encourage you, if you haven't done so already, to do that too. And I'll put the link in the description so that you can have the contact information for your congressmen and women. They have been hearing us. They've been listening. And they've been pressuring the SBA to do what is right, okay? And so also under this program, this program prohibits the SBA administrator from placing any maximum caps below $2 million on the economic injury loan, okay? Which has a maximum loan amount of $2 million. It was always supposed to be up to $2 million that you could be funded in a loan. So when I'm hearing people are only getting $1,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 when you need, $700,000, they had capped it. The SBA capped it at $150,000, knowing full well that they are still sitting on over $200 billion for the loan part of the program. While businesses are going out of business. It's crazy. But help is on the way. That's what you need to know. That's what I said. Don't give up. I know it's been challenging. I know it's been frustrating. It's not moving as quickly as you wanted to. I know. My process took over 100 days. And I just got funded for my loan a few days ago. And it still wasn't enough. Okay? So I don't know what they were basing their calculations on. We need more money to sustain our businesses. So I get it, but I want you to know that to not give up. That hope is around the corner. Okay, keep the faith and follow through with the process. If you were denied, file your reconsiderations, your request. I was denied. I submitted my request for reconsideration. Yes, it took time. Yes, I had to escalate it. Yes, I had to call my senator. Yes, I had to call my House representative. Yeah, and I emailed them. And then they followed up with me, and then they expedited me getting funding. The next day, after I signed my release to give them permission to talk to the SBA on my behalf, I was funded. Okay? So you can do the same thing. So know if you were denied, that's not the end of it. Request a reconsideration. Speak to whatever they denied you on and let them know why you need the money and get your money. Okay. Now, also, I wanted to just explain that they were requiring the SBA to submit a monthly report. I've said before, the SBA has not been very transparent. They had to provide the list of names of all of the companies that receive funding under the PPP program, over 150,000. And they were trying to keep that under wraps. It's important that we know this. These are taxpayer dollars. And we already know a lot of this funding we're going to businesses that are not really small businesses. So they need to be transparent. So they're going to be required to submit a monthly report to the House and Senate Committee on small business and appropriations, the status of the disaster loan account, including any obligations, allocations, and amounts undistributed and unallocated. 2, any allocations, obligations, and expenditures for all open disasters. And 3, an estimate of when available appropriations will be exhausted, so that they know ahead of time before money's run out so they can refund it. We are in unprecedented times. We are in the middle of a pandemic, and to let funding run out and not give the Congress an opportunity to initiate a bill to refund the program, to keep the program up and running so that more funds are coming into our businesses, just makes no sense. So understand that Congress is with us. They've been saying the same thing. So again, this is a bipartisan legislation. This is breaking news. This just happened yesterday. So I will keep you updated as new updates come about. But know that your money is on the way. And I said that. Even when people were saying, oh, no, you don't get it. We're not getting $10,000. I said, what did I say? I said, right now, you're not. I said, but there is a fight to get us our full $10,000. And I've been a part of that fight because that's what the law said. And you are entitled. We are entitled to our $10,000 and we are going to get it. So stay tuned for the future updates. I'm so excited. The loans are still available. So if you have not applied, I would encourage you to apply if that is something that is of interest to you. But when they refund the program for the EIDL grants, I will definitely make sure that you all are the first ones to know. So again, if you have not already subscribed, do subscribe. Please do share out these videos and my channel to all the other entrepreneurs and small business owners who need to know that these programs are available for you to get access to your funding. There's also the PPP program. The Paycheck Protection Program still has over $130 billion. So EIDL is not the only program. I would encourage you to apply. There is a big push to make a lot of these programs, the funding, forgivable automatically under a certain amount, under $150,000. And most of us, the funding, we've gotten under $150,000. So I would encourage you to apply. PPP is a forgivable loan. EIDL is not. But again, there is a big push, and it's a big push to also change the interest rate on the EIDL. So again, as these improvements come, as they are put, as they're released and they're enacted, I will definitely let you all know and bring you a future update. Just stay tuned for that. But I'm super excited. Drop a hi. Let me know if you're excited too. I can't wait to do it. And I will come on here again live and let you all know when I have my deposit. And I want you to do the same thing when you get your deposit. So just hold tight and get ready to receive your $10,000 EIDL grant. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, stay in good health and be safe. Talk to you later.